Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the domain of the Chaos God, and welcome back to Space Engineers. This is probably my favorite game of all time. There's a reason I have like 1,600 hours in it. In any case, today we're going to be looking at the Viper-class Strikeship. Warning, you do need DLCs to use it. I'm sorry. It's the way that it is. I think they look pretty, and so I use them in the designs. But this is designed to be really a multi-use ship that can take a punch and hand one out just as easily. It's got a Gatling turret, a small ship Gatling turret, of course, on the top, as well as 2 autocannon turrets on the side for dealing with other gunships of similar class or slightly larger. It has twin rocket launchers, forward firing. It's got a single forward firing railgun, triple Gatlings forward firing, a central mounted, and then 2 off to the side. It's got quad autocannons and 2 assault cannons. Dear God, this thing can make things go boom fast, let me tell you. It's obviously got a camera for helping aim mostly the railgun, and it does have 2 hidden cameras because it has a remote control and the ability to be, well, I'm sure you can guess, remote controlled. It's got twin large reactors. Here are these tiny little nacelles, just tucked in right there. They just kind of add, I mean, they are visibly exposed, but there's so much going on that you don't really notice them too much. Just kind of blends right in. It is a hydrogen powered, I believe exclusively or no, there's a couple ions here and there, my bad. But it is a primarily, how about that, primarily hydrogen powered vehicle, although it can be driven around in space without hydrogen, hence the ions here and there. It is fully atmosphere compatible. It does have parachutes just in case you misuse or misjudge the amount of hydrogen you have left. And it actually has, considering its mass, has a surprisingly fast acceleration, as I'm sure you can see. And like that, already we're at top speed, and we can slow down quite quickly as well. Voila. On the inside of the cockpit, I decided to go with a traditional military color scheme, because on a lot of their artificial horizons for modern military jets, at least in the United States, they use a green on clear or a green on black color screen. So I decided to go with that for the internal displays. Obviously, you got your artificial horizon with velocity. You know how it does that. You got a digital time because, let's be fair, Space Engineers, you lose track of time. I don't think I need to explain myself on that one. Everyone out there knows exactly what I mean. Then you got gravity readout to be able to be sure that you know what you're doing, be sure that you know what you're rated for. You got your power and hydrogen readout, which if you're using your HUD isn't a big deal, but just a kind of tiny little thing that is cool to see. You got lock target information, which isn't hugely important. Usually you can just kind of see that. Because if you're engaged in combat, you're going to be using the lock. Anyways, so it's kind of like, why bother, honestly? Then over here you have the weather readout, which you can barely see because it's kind of blocked by the player hand. Now, this is probably, if not my favorite, then at the very least, one of the favorite ships, or one of my favorite ships, excuse me, that I've ever built. I put a lot of time into it. I think this took 11 or 12 iterations to get to its current state, with all the pretty lights and the thruster cowlings that are actually more effective than you would expect, being that they're just the armor plates and not full armor blocks. You got just a bunch of little detail all over the place, and it is overall both one of the most durable and also one of the most deadly craft that I have ever built. In any case, let's actually go ahead and see it in action. Let's raid the mining transport that's about 8 kilometers away. See how long it takes us to get over there. While we're just kind of here, moving towards target, I would like to say that on a forward look, this is terrifying. Like, that is a lot of guns pointed at you all at once, and it just looks so badass. Looks so good. I don't mean to toot my own horn on this one, but this is This is worth tooting my horn over. This is one of the few things that I've done that I'm legitimately proud of. As far as ship design. I mean, it's a bit boxy, you might say. Sure, you're not wrong. It's also got very distinct curves and ridges to it. It is very much a pointy box. But at the same time, a lot of those designs are, quite frankly, some of the best in sci-fi history. Looking at, like, the Venator, for example, it's literally just a triangle. Looking at the Hammerhead Corvette, looking at a lot of those Old Republic designs, they're very much just pointy boxes. And they are excellent. That's a hit. Oh, looks like we might have gotten a turret there on that path. Alright, cool, we got that one. And wonderful. I don't believe I actually have the controls for the turrets. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I do have them. Okay, there's some achievement. What? Oh, the assailant. I forgot that those exist. Cool. Now that that's done, take a look at the damage to the mining. Take a look at damage to our own ship, which appears to be very minimal. At best. Well, sorry, very minimal at worst. Like, we got a couple smoke. Let's just lock our dampeners with here. Whoa! That was a bit close. So, okay, so it does look like we did lose a good amount of our side here due to them chewing through just that tiny little piece there. Why are we rotating? That's concerning, because we have gyro control. I'm just going to take that as space engineers being space engineers. So we lost a single thruster. We lost conveyor, which controlled the hydrogen to our hydrogen engines on the side. So that is why it took us forever to stop. We lost a bit of our rocket launcher. We took damage to our gun. I mean, to be fair, considering that we were under fire from multiple targets, and this one had multiple turrets on it, large ship turrets nonetheless, that isn't too bad for battle damage. I have had this thing in PvP combats tank 5 or 6 rockets to its center of mass and be completely unscathed, which doesn't seem impressive, right? Like, you can launch lots of rockets, like, you know, like that, you can launch quite a bit, but at the same time, to a single area, that's pretty durable. In any case, this will be going up on the workshop once I make the turret group available in a toolbar to make it just a little bit easier. And that should be it. Other than that, the ship will be in its final state, and quite frankly, I could not be more proud of what I have built. In any case, I would encourage you guys to continue to make things. Whatever it is, there's no way that you can fail if you don't have a reputation. No, but in all seriousness, whenever you make something, it just makes your future creations better. And if you don't make something now, you won't be able to make something good later. It's just the way it works. You need to get practice at things in order to be good. So I would highly encourage you guys to start getting that practice in now when you're whatever age you are. It's never too late to start making. It's never too late to start getting good at something you want to be good at. In any case, this has been Theo the Chaos God. Thank you so much for watching the video. And remember, cause chaos out there. But not too much. That's my job.